Good. So now let's go for the Clickteam Forums response. And let's get started. We've got Francois Lionet with us, and first three questions are from your moderator, Paul. First one, is there any developments on MMF3D? Is it still on the cards or has it been cancelled?
It's still a project that we want to do, but we do not have the resources. We do not have the money to pay an extra programmer. We need a very good programmer that can handle physics, because if MMF3D is done, it will be built on a physics engine. It has to understand 3D programming, 3D, etc. So we need someone very expensive. So if the Flash export increases the sales of MMF2, then we will maybe be able to get an extra programmer and start MMF3D.
Okay, next one. What is happening with the MMF Flash exporter? Got a release date yet? Got an idea on price?
The Flash exporter, for the moment, the Flash exporter is 99% complete except for the sounds. I'm just waiting for Yves to finish his task so that he can work on the MP3 filters. Once we've got the MP3 filter, I can publish a beta version of the Flash exporter. It will be sometime in September, I think. And you can expect the Flash exporter to be finished before the end of the year. On the price, I told you before.
Okay, and with the Flash exporter, sounds are only 1% of the project? You said that it's 99% done.
Yeah.
And only sounds left, so it's only 1%?
No, sounds is bigger, but you know, all the program is done,
yeah.
And I just have to add the sound, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, next one, can you give us an insight into MMF3?
No, I can't, because nothing has been decided. We've got a wish list of like 2,000 entries, so we have to choose what option we put in it. I can't give you anything about MMF3, we don't know.
And what about a random proposition about making a wish list at the web page and people could vote for what they want to see in the MMF3? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible. Why not? Yeah.
It will be a long list.
But I think we've got already all the ideas. As soon as someone gives an idea, we write it down on the wish list. So we've got it. So we just need some to sort them. What we could do is, if we're not sure about an option, is ask you to vote. So it would be the other direction.
So for MMF3, there would be several hotspots, action spots, put in hardware acceleration and everything.
I don't know. Several hotspots maybe. But no one is using the action point, so very few people are using it. So I don't know.
And why do you think that only few people are using action?
Can you explain to me how several hotspots would work? So you would say an action to say use hotspot 1, use hotspot 2?
Yes, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, why not? Yeah.
Thanks to that we could make people with hands, legs, like as one object. And for example, if we getting the hotspot on the hand, something is happening. Hotspot on the other hand, something other in torso, another one thing, and it will be helpful.
What you will have in MMF3 is a complex object made out of several other objects. So you will combine objects together, and they will react like one object.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Blade, and it's
it's big.
Yeah, it's long one. So let's start. I noticed on the 2 promo Click Flash games there was a loading bar before the game initiated. Will we be able to implement our own custom loading bar with an image or background and such? Or would that be the standard for every Flash file produced in this new runtime? Or maybe it will be different for MMF and MMF dev?
The problem with MMF Flash games is that they cannot be streamed online. All the pictures, all the sound has to be, and the program itself has to be loaded before the game starts. which is actually for most of the Flash games, the 2D games in Flash, which is the case for them. Every game written in ActionScript has to be loaded all at once. Usually this is the way they are. So I do not think that a loading... I haven't started to work on that, on loading screen, so I can't really answer this question. I think for the first version of the Flash runtime, you won't have the possibility to create a loading screen, and when we've got time, we can work on something nice.
And do you think that it would be possible to make, for example, the first frame in the application will be the graphic for the loading bar, and when it runs, the whole application will be loaded. So we have a possibility to make that loading bar, for example.
Yeah, everything is possible, or just like Vitalize, you just define a picture in the properties, so yeah, everything is feasible.
Okay. Next one from Blade. I've been using the software for years and years, and I can say with Blade that there are many first choice for any project I do, and they are also the easiest to learn and definitely produce the most results. Those Clickteam intends to steadily compete with the more known companies who hold sort of monopoly in this type of software until they are an industry standard. I believe the Click pros are known a lot less than they definitely should be. Everyone should know about the software.
I completely agree. Everyone should have it. Everyone should buy it. I don't know. We're very small, so we don't have advertisement money. We do what we can. Here too, we hope that the Flash runtime will enable us to be a lot widely known. So we don't know.
And do you think that beta version would help to promote Clickteam as monopoly software in the creation of games or applications for Blu-ray discs?
It certainly will take its place in the market, but it's a very private market, so I don't think it will have any effect on Molten Leaf, on the main version of Molten Leaf Vision.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Yes, Randa?
I have a couple of questions, and I would like to ask them before I forget them.
Okay. Take my place.
Boom. Boom. All right. First one, will you support with MMF3 multiple programmers working on the same game? Because it always was a problem that you have one programmer who can really maintain it, and if you have multiple programmers it gets very difficult. You can't work on the same game at once.
Yeah, but we have to define how it would work. So if someone is responsible for one frame, so it will work on this frame. But if several people are to work on the same event list, then how you would have to make a merging system, and that would be very complex. I don't know.
Or maybe expand on events on an object, like behaviors. That you can make a very good behavior and then share it with the other people, so you can have better per object code.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing is the graphics editor. Is it possible to make it more like professional pixel artist tools, like graphic scale? Or
you know, you have to be reasonable in the amount of time you put in